What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Will Talks Disney YouTube page. And unfortunately, today we got the guidelines on October 20th from California. So we're going to dive into them. I don't want to break the lead, but it is not good, folks. Been thinking about this for a couple hours and how I'm going to do this video, but I'm upset. I'm going to try to compose myself because these are ridiculous guidelines and I don't know what it means for the state of California and I don't know what it means for Disneyland, but let's go through the guidelines. Let's go through some of the responses that we have back from Ken Potrock and Mayor of Anaheim, Harry Sidhu, and see where we can land and see where we can figure things out. So if you like my content, let's Mickeyfy that like button, consider subscribing, and help me share this word because I want to have a good detailed report for everything that's going on here so that way you can be informed and you can let other people know of what exactly is going on. So let's dive into these couple articles and let's find out. So the first thing we want to dive into is the guidelines that were released by the state of California. These are COVID-19 industry guidance, amusement, and theme parks. Again, I'll put a link in my description to this full PDF. It's a full 19-page PDF. It goes through pretty much every little detail from how you should do rides, how you should do queues, how you should do the cleaning in between, how you should have one-way traffic. It goes through everything. We're not going to go through every little bullet point. Maybe I'll do another video on detailing every single point, but here I just want to give you a broad picture of what these look like. Again, these came out here on October 20th. And again, this guidance is designed to address sectors and activities opening statewide. However, local health officers may implement more stringent rules tailored to local sorry, I'm not a doctor. So employers should also conform to relevant. Okay, and again, just a little bit of context. Disneyland Resort has been closed since middle of March, so we're approaching month 7. Gonna be on month 8 here pretty soon, which is mind-boggling. So again, these guidelines were released industry by industry, and again, now we're getting into theme parks, which we had been waiting 7 months to get guidance, and the horrible thing is we said we want guidance, we're excited, we got guidance, and then we got guidance. Okay, so the purpose, this document provides guidance for amusement parks and theme parks referred to as amusement parks to support a safe, clean environment for workers and customers. Business must identify and monitor county risk level for the county the business is operating and make required adjustments to their operation. So let's bring everything down. So remember, California has 4 tiers. There's a purple, widespread, a red, substantial, an orange, moderate, which would be tier 3, and then finally a yellow, which is the minimal tier. So currently Orange County, where Disneyland Resort sits, is in our red substantial tier. And then again, we'll go through how the tier levels and everything works in the next part. So when it's purple and there's widespread tier 1, all operations close. So currently when everyone was at the purple, I think the only one that might be close to that is LA County. Right now, Orange County is in that red substantial tiers, so all operations must be closed. Nothing can open. Where we thought we were going to get guidance is on this orange moderate tier. So this is the next step. And if you know from the different tiers, is each county must reside in a tier for at least 3 weeks to stabilize the data before it moves on to the next one. Now this makes sense. You want to make sure that you just don't have a good week and then things balloon up and come back down. So I like that approach. Let's make sure everything's good, but then let's move on and continue to progress as people get better. So again, here's the first tier, the orange moderate tier. Operations are permitted only for smaller parks. See the definition below, and those operators must implement the following modifications. So smaller parks are defined as parks with overall capacity fewer than 15,000 based on design operating capacity or fire department occupant limits. No Disneyland Resort, no Universal. I don't even know if Knott's Berry even falls into this small park. I don't understand understand this. I don't understand this distinction between small and large parks. So if you have a smaller park and you have a larger park, if you have a larger park that's, say, designed for 45,000 people, and you have the same cap, maybe not a percentage cap, but you have the same cap of people, you have more space for those people to socially distance. So why would you constrain it to smaller parks? This makes no sense. Capacity must be limited to 25% of total facility occupancy based on the design operating capacity, whichever is fewer of or 500 people. So quick math, 15,000 times 0.25 is 3750. 500, so at 500 at a park at 15,000 would be 1/30 of its operating rate, or 3%. What theme park is going to be able to open on 3% occupancy? These people in California have lost their damn mind. Next point. Only outdoor attractions are permitted to open. All other indoor attractions must remain closed. Ticket sales must be limited to only visitors who reside in the same county as the park's location. So regardless if you live in Northern County or Northern California, Nevada, anywhere else where cases might be lower even than their yellow minimum tier status, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the state of California because they want to keep the same people in their county, even though there could be people that are less likely to be sick. Again, this makes no sense. Operators must follow modifications of this guidance and must be prepared for inspections by public health officials to ensure adequate implementation of all required modifications. Operators must address and implement any resulting findings and recommendations. Follow our rules. We will send our people in to shut you down again, because that's what we do in California. We restrict you to unrealistic expectations and unrealistic guidelines. But you know what? We're California and we do what we want, and we don't listen to anywhere else that's done it before like the rest of the world. So that's orange tier. No Disneyland. No Universal Orlando. Let's go to the yellow tier. So we'll go through and I'll show you what the yellow tier means. But bluntly, people have said that California, Orange County, might not get to the yellow tier till next summer. But even then, it gets better, folks. It gets better. And again, I have no idea where they're coming up with these. They are not working with the theme parks. They're not working with the same health experts that Disney is. So I have no idea where California is making this crap up. So operators are permitted for all amusement theme parks within the following indications. Now, let me remind you that baseball stadiums are allowed to open up in the orange tier, but outdoor theme parks are not. Even though there's a $23 million a day impact from Disneyland. Who cares about $8 billion a year? Who cares about small businesses that'll be crushed? Who cares about $550 million in tax revenue that Disneyland Resort generates? Who cares about these things? No one does. I mean, we'll just make it up. We'll just ask the government for more money. We'll print more money. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be focused. Okay. Capacity must be limited to 25% of total facility capacity. Again, whatever operating fire department. Capacity for outdoor, indoor dining, drinking establishments within the park must be limited to 25%. And again, once you get down to the yellow tier, it's still got to be under 25%. When it's at minimal spread, we're talking less than 1% test rate, less than 1,000 cases, 1% of 1,000 cases. So, I mean, again, these guidelines are just crap. It's ridiculous. These are unrealistic expectations. So let's hear from Disneyland Resort President Ken Potrock. Let's hear from City of Anaheim Mayor Harry Sidhu, and then kind of let's go through everything and see where we end up. And again, let's hear from Harry Sidhu, who's the mayor of the city of Anaheim, very passionate about his city. He sees what's going on. He sees the hardships that are truly failing his county. So these guidelines fail working families and small businesses. As painful as this is, Disney and the city of Anaheim will survive. but too many Anaheim hotels, stores, and restaurants will not survive another year of this. Many are family businesses. The jobs they provide support other families. We can safely and responsibly open our theme parks and convention centers soon. The unions of the Disneyland Resort agree and support the reopening of theme parks in Tier 3, which is the orange tier, and not Tier 4, the yellow minimal tier, which would wipe out jobs in our cities and destroy lives. So I think Harry is 100% correct here. It's not about Disneyland Resort. It's not about the city of Anaheim. Disneyland is part of Disney, which is a giant corporation. They've got Florida open right now. They've got the Disney Plus streaming. They've got access to capital, billions of dollars of cash. I mean, at one point, I think Disney pulled out $20 billion in cash reserves because they could in loans. A small mom and pop does not have that ability. This is more about the economic failure of California to the small businesses. I don't know how people can live in California anymore. I don't know how people could live where this is allowed to happen, where a single person is able to dictate who can open and who cannot. It is insane, and I don't get it. But again, Harry Sidhu is the mayor of Anaheim. He's seeing the writing on the wall. He knows his folks, his small businesses, which are the lifeblood of America and the lifeblood of these cities, are going to go away forever. So let's dive into what Disneyland had to also say, because they are not going to go quietly. So again, here comes a quote from Ken Potrock, president of Disneyland Resort. We have proven that we can responsibly reopen with science-based health and safety protocols strictly enforced at our theme park properties around the world. Nevertheless, the state of California continues to ignore this fact, instead mandating arbitrary guidelines that it knows are unworkable and that hold us to a standard vastly different from other reopened business and state-operated facilities. Together with our labor unions, we want to get people back to work. But these state guidelines will keep us shuttered for the foreseeable future, forcing thousands more people out of work. This is scary. I don't know if he is talking about Disneyland employees or if he's talking about surrounding businesses, but that line just hit me. That really scares me. So again, forcing thousands more people out of work, leading to the inevitable closure of small family-owned businesses and irreparable, devastating the Anaheim, Southern California community. I think Ken here is spot on. Disney has a proven track record from their parks that opened first up in Asia to Disneyland Paris to Disney World. Obviously, Disney World has continued to increase capacity, and they're still doing it safely. They're increasing their enforcement of the face coverings in Florida, hand sanitizing, hand washing stations, like plastic everywhere between ride queues. So I don't get it. I don't know what else I can say to the city of, well, it's not even the city of Anaheim, what I could say to Gavin Newsom. I can't say here because people watch and there could be kids and I don't want to say bad things. But I'm really PO'd. This was supposed to be our day of learning when Disneyland Resort could safely open, when Knott's Berry could open, when Universal Orlando could open, or Universal Hollywood, SeaWorld, Six Flags. And again, like I've said multiple times, it's not about the theme parks. It's about the small businesses. It's about those folks that are struggling to make ends meet, that don't have access to the same type of capital, that can't just keep on pushing back their debts because someone comes knocking for that. State of California, you have failed your people. You have failed your people miserably, and you are leading to an economic recession. The theme parks, know how to operate safely, and you are crushing them. You're not even giving them the opportunity to fight. You're just literally crushing them with unrealistic guidelines and unrealistic expectations. Please go back to the table with Disneyland and Kappa and Universal Hollywood and put together a set of guidelines that actually allow these businesses to succeed safely and responsibly. I mean, to get a little personal, this just, it sucks. Today sucks. It really sucks. It's horrible. This is absolute nightmare of today. I mean, I thought they were going to be bad. There was rumblings that there was going to be like a 2-tier split, but I never thought, okay, maybe it is. But it never made sense to me having the split between orange and yellow when you have larger, more established theme parks with better access to health and safety guidelines, experience operating parks in these environments. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know where they're pulling these arbitrary numbers from. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't understand why they would continue to allow an industry to lose $23 million a day. And that's just Disneyland. What impact does Universal Orlando have? What is SeaWorld? What is Knott's Berry Farms? What is Six Flags? So, I mean, there's going to be some people that survive this, the bigger companies, of course. There's going to be some small businesses that survive, but not many. Again, people are talking about Orange County getting to a minimal tier not till summer of 2021. And it could be later than that. It's insane. I can see Disney pursuing legal action. I know Gavin Newsom and the government already being in court with a couple other assembly people from the state of California. So I see that happening. I see Disney pursuing legal action with them because, I mean, it's going to lead to layoffs. I think when Josh D'Amaro talked about it before, he had said that there probably would be some more. A business that generate, probably like the theme parks are obviously a huge part of Disney. And you can't have two of its largest theme parks with only one operating at 25%, according to Bob Chapek, probably higher, but, and then your other resort just to continue to be closed for 7 months. And at that point, it'll be closed for 15 months. I don't see how Disney continues to support its furloughed workers. I don't know. It's going to lead to more cuts to Disneyland cast members. It just is. I mean, the blood is on the hands of the state of California. And I've been, rambling on here for too long. But again, I am just very passionate about this overall. I feel sad for my friends out in California. I feel sad for the Disneyland cast members. I feel bad for the whole Orange County community. I'll be continuing to follow the story day after day as new stuff comes out. I'll put out new videos just because I want to keep you all informed. So I have a little tagline. Again, it's a little bit harder to say on these sad videos. So we'll get through it. So as always, have faith, trust, lots of pixie dust. I look forward to the next time we talk Disney.